my chest, up in my chest, up in my chest. Just know I'm trying my best.
Ever since the dawn of 1.9, the top two hardest levels, wherever they may be, have always had two large sets of fans behind them. These fans both become legions, whose prime directive is to defend the majestic legacy of... you know what, I just can't do this anymore. I cannot sit here day in, day out and use words like majestic and legacy while overhyping some squares to 60,000 people anymore. Sometimes I really enjoy this game and its community, delving back into the past to find interesting mysteries, projects and just general GD folklore, regardless of whether it's a 2D platform or not, because it's really interesting. This game has like millions of daily players and once was a simple mobile platformer and has now grown and expanded into one of the biggest indie gaming communities in the world. It's amazing how simply building within the editor or clicking the right amount of times can generate millions of views and send shockwaves through an international congregation of gamers. Unfortunately, however, there are those other days when one or two people start fighting about something so ridiculously pathetic and insignificant that it does lend validation to the $4 game argument.
You'd think the release of a new #1 demon would be a fun, happy occasion for the community.
Whoa, what's up? No. Beef.
We have, on one side, Novel Boys fans, the latest, fastest growing army in Geometry Dash of people rushing to say that Bloodlust is Tartarus level difficulty and anyone who disagrees is automatically jealous and wrong. On the other side, we have the edgy teen emo group equivalent in the form of pro players, who believe Bloodlust is so overrated that Novel Boys should be given absolutely no credit whatsoever and the level should be dropped down to 3rd place. There's a whole lot of irony in this
debate from both sides, and I've already been beaten to the punch on making a video like this by Army. However, I thought some of his video misinterpreted parts of the situation, shall we say. I didn't give any hate to him, I just happen to have a different take on it. Also, Endlevel and Noble Boy, the two main perpetrators on each side of this mob war, are my two best friends in the community. I speak to both of them way more than any other players, and it kind of makes me sad to see them not getting along. Therefore today, I'm going to use this video to address some misconceptions about this drama. Then I'll give my opinion on the difficulty debate, and then we'll take a look at some of the key dicey issues that have risen up as a result, and why each one is completely unnecessary, and just how they illustrate how out of hand this situation is getting. I've been told by many that my opinion is somewhat damaging, and my influence is somewhat detrimental over the community at the moment, and that my opinion can be destructive to some channels. I don't really agree with this, but just for the sake of it, I would like to remind everyone to make up their own mind on the situation. You don't have to agree with everything I say just because I say it, as this is a very open book issue. I'll do my best to be as neutral as I can where possible, and hopefully we can unanimously use our combined reach to bring the toxicity oozing out of this debate to an end. Anyway, it's probably best I conclude this dead 850 word intro and get on with the actual f***ing video.
I pretty much told you the situation in the intro there, so in as few words as possible, basically Noble Boy and his fans believe Bloodlust is the true #1 demon on the basis that it took so long and is so hard, whereas Endlevel Scullo and some other top players believe Bloodlust is wildly overrated, and they are far more justified in saying that because they are good at the game. Before we press any further with the issues that have been created from this, I'd just like to address some misconceptions about the drama which I think change the view some people may be holding. Something I kind of picked up from Army's video, which I would say is plain wrong, is the idea that anyone on the side opposite to Noble Boy who is playing Bloodlust is a downtrodden victim because he's being harassed for playing the level and not respecting it. This came about because Endlevel showed some screenshots on his Twitter of people asking him to leave a level alone and not beat it out of respect for Noble Boy. Now, I agree that's a stupid thing to ask, and it's stupid that people that said that Endlevel shouldn't beat the level out of respect for Noble Boy. It's just f***ing obscene, especially when there are other players that have way more progress. However, what people need to realise is that this is the GD community, and that more importantly, this is YouTube. People get stupid comments from children all the time. Imagine if KSI said he was being bullied because some kid called him an N-word and said his diss track was bad. If YouTube is for everyone, then you will attract as bad as much as the good. Every GD video with enough attention has retarded comments on it. I mean, look at the kind of comments I received when I made a reaction video. This is not a new thing, and it does not mean by any means whatsoever that anyone who thinks Bloodlust should be #1 is any less entitled to their opinion. This is something Army touched on, and he also said that Sonics was getting hate too, which I see no evidence of. Sonics had said that Bloodlust should be 3rd, and absolutely no one seems to care. Instead, he's gained 200,000 views from 3 Bloodlust progress videos and about 5,000 subscribers and probably about $300 in ad revenue as a result. Nobody playing Bloodlust has been hard done by or massively wronged by any Nobleboy fans in any way, and this doesn't mean his fans and Nobleboy himself should have their arguments disregarded. The next point is a sort of follow-on to how common this sort of backlash is. Something to remember is that End Level is GD's most relevant player. He quit for 3 months and walked straight back into the community and grew nearly 10k in 2 months, while landing loads of new verification projects and falling straight into player debates. End Level is a relevant player because he has controversial opinions as much as he does skill, such as his opinion that Bloodlust should be third. And controversy breeds relevancy and makes it more likely to be talked about and discussed. Use anything on YouTube as an example. Rasgun versus iDubbbz, Cyrillic versus me, Way of the Cones versus the community, anything. With this comes backlash. It's a part of YouTube. The more you grow and become a hot topic on a sensitive issue like this, the more you will have problems with the other side of any issue. End Level thought the same thing about Yatagarasu, that it was vastly overrated last year, and generally I just need to stress that this is all opinionated. I know both these points seem weighed in Nobleboy's favour, but I just see this with every GD drama and it hits quite close to home. The channel with more subscribers and the bigger audience is automatically written off as a bully or a controlling mob simply for the actions of their fans. If you have more fans, as Nobleboy does, more people are going to rear their heads in the debate on your side because it's you. It's annoying to see people literally deciding which is harder out of 2 levels simply because they're siding with a little guy. Being asked not to play a level is not the same as hate and it isn't harassment, it's just YouTube.
So moving swiftly...
As I said, Bloodlust versus Plasma Pulse finale has created quite a few nasty situations for both sides, and I think this is where Nobleboy's fans particularly start to become problematic in this debate. You know it's stupid when drug rumours surface. Regardless, End Level is now facing rumours that are completely untrue. In Nobleboy's server, it allegedly seems that rumours were spread to some big community members, among others, that End Level was using study drugs for concentration on GD. This is obviously fake, born from a game of Chinese whispers for a pre-existing medical condition End Level has that's a private matter. It's nothing serious, but then out of nowhere, rumours that End Level was using drugs to concentrate on GD when he verified hyperparathism started spreading around Twitter. I think slandering people over difficulty End Levels in-game is one thing, but that's a pretty heavy-going rumour. Obviously, it never needed to happen and was quickly debunked, but it really pissed off End Level, and rightly so. The thing that happened today is the thing that prompted me to make this video. Basically, Plasma Pulse finale went down to an insane demon level in GD as opposed to an extreme demon one. Many believe this was because Nobleboy's fans have begun spam rating it to a slightly lower difficulty in order to swing the credibility in favour of Bloodlust. Again, I don't understand, if indeed it was Nobleboy's fanbase, why people would go that far. This debate was born from the Demons list and has nothing to do with the in-game rating system. At this point, you're just creating democratic integrity problems with the system, and it was a really unnecessary thing to do just to spite Plasma Pulse finale, especially when that is Smokes' level, who went to the trouble of building and verifying it without even throwing his hat into this ring. The final thing I want to talk about is the pro-player debate, and this is something that's starting to really worry me. Basically, in response to the Bloodlust debate, in order to undermine Plasma Pulse finale, Husi tweeted out that it wasn't even harder than Sonic Wave, let alone Bloodlust. This prompted End Level to lash out in return, because let's face it, Sonic Wave is definitely easier than Plasma Pulse finale. Sonic Wave is the most likely easier than Erebus, which sits in 5th place currently. But in response, End Level said that non-pro players' opinions shouldn't count, which is a dangerous mentality starting to be picked up by a large part of the community that is good at the game. I tweeted out some dense paragraph about how GD is for everyone, but basically the point is that everybody should be allowed to hold an opinion. It's just whether you're chosen to be taken seriously. And also, we're kind of discounting the Demons list here because you need to be a good player to have an opinion on that. And also, if the Bloodlust versus Plasma Pulse finale debate wasn't so dicey, these divisive tweet wars that have a literal effect on the community wouldn't have to happen. Come to think of it, it may be Twitter. Twitter does seem to be the underlying factor here. So little GD drama starts on YouTube nowadays, it always seems to be Twitter. Maybe we should just all delete our Twitter accounts and commit to using our community tabs on YouTube. This is a tiring debate which I've banged on about the ins and outs about enough now, and given it way more attention than it's worth for what the argument is over. You'll recall at the beginning I said that this kind of argument gives validity to the $4 game argument, which is an argument I hate. When someone says, why do you make such a big deal, it's a 2D game, it really pisses me off. Because it isn't just a 2D game, it's a community of 5 million people that impacted the gaming world despite starting out as a simple basic mobile collision game. But then, you hear drug rumours, in-game sabotage rumours, bullying rumours, and generally such boring repetitive conflicts, and then, more than ever, the argument this is just a $2 game becomes valid. At the end of the day, people are fighting over the placement of 2 levels, and I say fighting because it is actual fighting. This is a Demons list issue entirely, and I don't envy them because this will likely blight their server and work for a while. At this point, so few of the malicious actions are being performed by the two people themselves, Noble Boy and N Level, and it's those around them. I really don't think all the drama is worth it. Frankly, I don't even care about Bloodlust or Plasma Pulse Finale enough to warrant picking a side, as Crimson Planet is way cooler anyway. Noble Boy and N Level, you are both my friends, and I just hope one day you can see eye to eye over something, especially when Bloodlust is in the past. As for both sets of fans, there's nothing really anyone can say to them, though if you're watching this now, my only advice to you is just to not dwell on the subject, and instead look forward to the future upcoming projects we can unite over. It's so fun, isn't it? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you did enjoy the video. If you have an opinion on which is harder, which you can post calmly and respectfully, then go ahead and whack it in the comments, and I'll have a read of them all. If you enjoyed or agreed with this video, please help it out by smashing that like button, and if you're new around here, if you could consider subscribing and checking out some of my other videos, then I'd really appreciate it, and it would help the channel immensely. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you all soon.